What's up, YouTube? So the Miami Dolphins have just hired Butch Barry as our offensive line coach, and I'm going to be honest with you, I hate this move. I'm not really a big fan of him at all. Looking at his track record, going back to his time at Tampa as an assistant offensive line coach, he was their assistant O-line coach from 2015 to 2018. If you think back to those teams, those were some really, really bad offensive lines. That's pretty much that Jameis Winston era. And if you really think back to it, he was running for his life. Mike Glennon was running for his life. Every quarterback that they put in at that time was running for their damn lives. The run game was pretty suspect at best. If you think about some of the holes that Doug Martin had to run through, wasn't very great in that regard. Really not a big fan of him there. San Fran, the offensive line was pretty good in 2021. But also, Kyle Shanahan is a fantastic coach, fantastic offensive mind, and he was only the assistant offensive line coach. So he didn't really get a chance to mess things up too bad. But Denver, last year, that's where he was most recently, was with the Denver Broncos. Again, it was terrible. If you looked at those games, Russell Wilson didn't play well. That's for sure. But also, he didn't have a ton of time to throw the ball, and the gaps were not great either to try to run the ball through. Like, it got pretty suspect with the Broncos' offensive line. And I'm really not a fan of this move whatsoever. And pretty much every person I talk to, every source I've seen, seems to pretty much have a similar mindset with this guy. Not a whole lot of respect for him in the football community, it seems. Everyone else seems to think he's kind of an idiot. I hope he proves us all wrong and becomes a great offensive line coach for us, but I am not a fan of this guy whatsoever. And sometimes it's a very simple way of looking at things, if you want to call it that, but sometimes when a team hires somebody, if you go and look at what the fan base from the previous team is saying about the situation, you can get a pretty good idea. And he was most recently with the Denver Broncos as their offensive line coach, not an assistant, as their offensive line coach. They're all ecstatic that he's gone. Like, they are all thinking that their offensive line is going to take a step forward just simply from him not being there. Like, even if they don't acquire a single new body, even if the guys they have now don't get any better than they are right now, they will be better just simply because he's not there. That seems to be the mindset of a lot of Broncos fans right now. And in consideration with his track record in Tampa, I'm not really a big fan of this guy. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I think this was a very, very stupid hire. I hope this doesn't come back to bite us too badly, but might be another year with a really bad offensive line. Hopefully we can get some good players to kind of add to it. I still think we have a pretty big hole at left guard and right tackle. Good coaching could help with that, but I don't see this guy helping us very much with that. They did know each other. Him and Mike McDaniel did know each other in San Fran, I guess, so that's a thing. But anyway, not a fan of this move. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I appreciate hitting that like button. Have any questions or comments in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.